Tribecast, baby. Let's get it in. Gia, what up? What up?
Hey, everybody.
Hey, everyone.
Oh, Lord, there's Virginia.
Hey, Virginia.
Shit, where'd you come from?
I like to sneak in.
Let's get some switching around so we can see the faces that are showing and hide the faces behind the chat that ain't showing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no. Lucky looks beautiful today.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's my Liz Taylor doll.
I like that hair, dude.
Got the hair did.
I hear Echo somewhere. Who's got their...
Uh-oh. Echo?
Not it.
I don't hear it.
Not me.
Echo.
I don't hear it.
I don't hear it at all. What we sounding like, chat? Y'all let us know.
Wait, never mind.
What we
That was
sounding
me.
like.
Never mind. It was me. It was a user problem.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
It was the nut behind the wheel. Sorry.
Catch up.
That's what's up.
Sorry.
Just
typical.
Just to let everybody know, somebody who might be watching this afterwards or anything, everybody that's up on the chat that has a channel, they will have their link in the description. So if y'all want to watch and then boom, you like somebody and you just came in, you're like, damn, I wish I could follow that channel. You be like, boom, hit the description, hit the link, boom, and it's all good. You know what I'm saying? It's all good.
Random gin.
Gia.
You know what's hilarious? My 4-year-old out of nowhere, and he doesn't really listen to your show, Tribe, per se. He walked in the kitchen yesterday and went, Gia! And I looked around at him and I was like,
oh, dang. That's what's up, man. Influencing the next generation. That's what's up.
That's what I'm talking about.
Gia!
Gia.
That's what's up.
Where my press one at? Press one. What's up, chat? What's up with y'all? I see y'all in there. Southern Belle, what's good with you? Prepper
Southern
Cowboy, POTB. Man, there's something up with my chat, man. I'm like missing a whole. There's usually a whole thing down here, and it's just like blank. I don't know, but I'm seeing it. What's up, y'all? Man, we just gonna get into it, man. I hit all the homies up. Said, man, y'all want to hang out? Let's get into some shit. We ain't gonna worry about, demonetization and all that because of Ukraine. If we talk about it, we talk about it. If we talk about Russia, we talk about it. We talk about the government, we talk about it. We talk about Democrats, Republicans, independents. We don't give a shit, man. We talk about it. So let's get it in. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
So what's up, Native? Where you been, brother? How's life? Are you feeling, rejuvenated?
I'm getting there, brother. I'm getting there. I've been taking the downtime to just refocus on prepping, man. Like, getting the homestead ready, getting ready for World War III. I started reorganizing all my preps, and y'all know how it is. You start reorganizing, you start taking inventory. You start taking inventory, you start realizing, where your holes are. You start realizing where your holes are. As a prepper, you start freaking out. You start freaking out. You start prepping again. So it's been good though, man. We're starting to realize where we are and like where we stand as far as food preps, as far as military preps, medical preps, everything. And it's been good, man. We are regrouping and we're coming back. We're not giving up. We haven't left you two. We haven't left y'all brothers and sisters. But yeah, man, I appreciate you sending me the link, man. I missed all y'all though. I missed y'all, man. I went from seeing y'all every day, every morning, to just nothing.
Yeah.
I've been looking for the replays. Are you taking a pause on the morning?
Well, we got another strike.
Oh, okay.
YouTube went back 11 months and gave us a strike on a video from 11 months ago.
Wow.
Dang.
Yeah, it was BS.
It's about par for the course.
Yeah.
They do that though. They go back. It's like, we're changing the rules today. Starting today, you can't say XYZ, but we're going to go back to 2 years ago and pull out some random bullshit that you made, and you said it then. We're going to punish you.
I think they were trying to go ahead and get rid of the channel because if they would have done that a week ago, we would have had 3 strikes at one time and the channel would have got deleted. So they missed deleting the whole channel by a week. So I think they just trying to get rid of certain channels. I don't know. Nobody knows how YouTube works. I'm just ready for Elon to go ahead and buy Twitter and then go ahead and buy YouTube so we can go back to free speech. That'd be great.
Right.
Yeah,
You think he'll really put the free speech out there, and you know what I'm saying?
I mean, based on just him as a person, on the things he's done. I mean, he's a human being. Does he have far left views on certain things? Yeah. But based on what he's done on certain things, I mean, I think he really believes in free. He's been censored on Twitter. Mm-hmm. Everyone thinks he's going to buy Twitter and it's going to be, but Twitter's already like hardcore censoring free speech. It can't get worse than it already is on Twitter. I hope he buys Twitter and shuts the whole thing down and just says, screw this. We don't need this. He don't need the money. He's not doing this for money. The dude's the richest man on earth. He literally is.
He's playing a game. Yeah,
definitely a boss move right there.
Yeah, he's trolling these dudes.
Yes.
What's up, Carbon Q?
It's dope too. It's dope.
Right?
Don't you wish you had that kind of money where you could just like put Twitter like on their ass real quick and have them all freaking out and doing meetings and shit because you throw $9 billion out there or whatever the hell it is, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Play
the
money,
dude's
man.
willing to spend $42 billion to do this. He's willing to do it. What other billionaires are willing to do this and to say, I'm doing it so we can have more free speech? Whether he is or not, he's exposing them because they're fighting tooth and nail. This Saudi prince who came out and said, nah, this ain't worth it. He's giving him 10 cents. Like 10 cents. He's giving him like 30 cents over the shares. And the Saudi prince said, this ain't worth it. And then Elon said, well, how many shares do you own, Mr. Saudi prince? And what is your stand on free speech? I was like, all right, then. Mm-hmm. He's calling people out and he's at least exposing them for what they are. We already knew this.
Yeah,
why people are in it.
And why the hell does the Saudi prince have any say on what American free speech is? Exactly. I feel you.
Sir.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
But the game is rigged, y'all. The game is rigged.
Yep.
Yeah.
Seems like more and more and more of everything. My bad, Hutch.
Oh, you good? I was saying it'd be pretty cool if it happened that way, but I don't know if it's just me being skeptical, but isn't that kind of the same thing as T-Man? Hey, look, a rich guy that finally understands us, but then poof, he just vanishes once he gets his. You know what I mean? Like, do you think he can sustain if he actually does. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
I see what you're saying, man. I feel like there's these folks like Trump, like Elon Musk. Yeah, they're billionaires. Yeah, they live a lifestyle none of us will ever really fully understand. But at the same time, they're still individuals. They're still human beings, and they're gonna make their choices. They're gonna do their things. But I think you're right, man. I think there's an inevitable end to where we're all going towards. Like we talked about it on your live earlier this week, brother. We were talking about the revolution and proactive versus reactive, and you made me think about some stuff. You really did. You made me reevaluate the way I look at what's going on in the world. And no matter what happens, man, I'm preparing for the eventual fall because that's what they want. I really believe that they really want America to have a collapse. I think in their minds, they're trying to make it happen for a few months to kill off a bunch of us and to make the rest of us who are still alive to say, we'll do whatever you say, government, just take care of us.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you really made me evaluate some things, man, about being reactive.
Mm-hmm.
Right on.
I don't know if it's true or not, but I saw that when Musk bought that, they offered him a seat on the board. And he said no, because when you're on the board, you're swayed to vote certain ways for the way the company works. So even though he's got almost the majority share, he's refusing to be on their board of directors because that's how they control one way or another what the company does, you know?
Right. And can't we, like, let's say Hutch or Backwoods or Random or Tribe became a billionaire. You know, I mean, we often go to the thing to where we look at billionaires and millionaires as the enemy, and most of them are. Let's be honest. But can't we say there are good people in the world who, just because they're billionaires, they still want good things for individuals? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I mean,
I
don't want to look at Elon Musk and say, "Oh, you're the richest man in the world. You're the enemy." Maybe, you know what I'm saying? But there's got to be good people on our side on all levels. There has to be.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? The philanthropist? Am I saying that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The rich guy who just wants to give away his money. So there's plenty of them out there, but the ones who actually do good just don't get any recognition. It's always the ones who have an agenda that gets the recognition. Oh, look, he's so charitable,
Mm-hmm.
But it's
philanthropy is the biggest tax write-off ever.
Yeah,
it really is.
I will say this about Elon Musk: he is the only billionaire I've ever seen to talk against the depopulation thing. He's been saying that we have a underpopulation problem. He's like, we don't have enough people, which flies in the face of everything all the other billionaires are saying. That's different. I'm not an apologist for him. I'm just saying what I'm seeing.
Right. Well, you got to look. What kind of mindset do you have to have if you've got that much money to where you can literally play games with millionaires and billionaires like they didn't shit? What's that got to do to your head? You know what I'm saying?
Wouldn't you do that? I can see Hutch screwing with all them billionaires, man. Hutch should be messing with all them.
But like eventually, you know what I'm saying? That's if you get to a certain point to where you're literally untouchable. You know what I mean? You've got to start thinking outside of the box.
Right.
That's how you get that supervillain shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, truth.
Batman.
Just Josh.
Fam.
What up? True. Hey, I like the silent shit. I'll sit here for 5 minutes. I can dig it, man.
I'll say this. The only thing that would make me happy that Elon Musk could do is if he did take control, is go and present his own legislation to be, the publisher platform, that whole debacle. Just officially make it legal. Boom. We are legally a platform, 100% free speech, and then that way it's done. It's law. You know what I'm saying? It's in there. Done deal.
No
that
doubt.
way there's discernment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, Native, I disagree with you partially because I think we're all kind of on a train. It's heading in a certain direction and there's no stopping it. Elon has the same agenda. He's just trying to do it a different way with more control over it in his tech side of things. Because I do believe the Neuralink AI crediting of your social existence and money, all of that digital shit, which he is one of the main voices of, that's where we're headed. That's where this train off the rails, it's still going to get there, you know?
No doubt.
And you got to think too, Elon Musk, like his dream is to build a space station. You know what I mean? He will be living in space in our lifetime. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be fucking condos and shit. So it's, you know what I mean? Just think all the stuff that he can do outside of the ozone. You know what I mean? We got a crazy future coming with that, man. But it's still, one person should not have that much power. I'm not saying take anything away from him, but you know, it's just be skeptical of somebody who has literally that much power. You know?
I think you also got.
Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
Just real quick. I think you also have to look at Elon for who he is and where he come from. Like, this is America. And I'm sorry to say, but if we're going to do American things and be American, then we need American people doing big things. You know what I'm saying? Not motherfuckers who grew up in South Africa or, wherever the hell, England, whatever. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? This is America, man. We need Americans doing shit. We need Americans fucking with Twitter. We need Americans standing up saying, hey, freedom of speech, motherfucker. That's what this country was founded on. You know what I mean?
Right.
I agree, brother. But at what point are you American? Me and Devout kind of got into a little thing today about this, because there was this dude from Puerto Rico telling Americans to stop calling yourself an American, because he said you're disrespecting Canadians and Mexicans and people from South America. But my thing was, if you're in North America and you want to call yourself American, no one's stopping you from doing that. We call ourselves Americans because we want to. If you're free to call yourself whatever you want to. So my question is, America is a country of immigrants. We really are. No one was created on America. Everyone immigrated here, even the Native Americans. And I get in arguments with Native American peoples all the time who don't want to believe that Native Americans are descended from Mongolian tribes that migrated here over the Bering Strait.
Facts.
That is in the genetic code. You can't deny science. You can't deny genetics. We can't. That's where the Native Americans came from, and we populated all the Americas. Everyone immigrated here. So at what point do we become Americans and say, okay, we immigrated here. I was born here, yeah, but I came to America because it was the land of the free, the land of opportunity. I wanted to be an American. So, you know what I'm saying? And I always go back to, any of us can be millionaires or billionaires. Like, Elon wasn't born a billionaire. He worked hard and made that money. That's what I mean. Like I'm with Roots on the whole Neuralink thing. That scares the shit out of me. Especially with what another billionaire, Mark Zuckerberg, who I'm pretty sure is an alien or something.
Bored.
Robot.
Yeah, with his whole what is it, the metaverse thing? Could you imagine the Neuralink technology with the metaverse thing? That means you connect to metaverse through your Neuralink, and then Mark Zuckerberg has total access to your brain? Hell no. Hell no with that Neuralink stuff.
Man, he'll download one of them viruses in your head, man. You know, like your computer gets, you know what I'm saying? And
the Johnny Mnemonic moment.
I'm off that stuff, man. I ain't touching that, but I don't know. Yeah. I don't think we're going to get there. I think, and we talked about this on Hutch's Live earlier this week, I think we're headed for a collapse in America because they want us to collapse, because America, like everyone believes, is the last bastion of true freedom. Even though a lot of our freedoms are gone, but we're still pretty free here. And I think there's a gray area there. I think once the collapse happens, the people on the other side have an idea of what they want to do for us, but we also have our own ideas about what's going to happen, and that's what we're prepping for. That's what I'm prepping for. You know, I mean, World War III is coming.
That's what I think. That's Right there, bam. I think we're headed for one of the biggest, most fucked up wars that we could ever imagine, man. And I think it's creeping slowly and slowly, getting here, man. There's more shit popping off every day, man. But there's one thing, and just Josh hit me with this, man, which, you know, we all think about it and shit, but he's like, you do not fuck with the American petrodollar. We all know that wars began and ended over that petrodollar. People were taking the hell out because of that petrodollar, and that's what they're doing. They're messing with that petrodollar, man. We gonna see some shit we ain't never seen, man. We gonna go through some hell. I believe it. I do. I ain't playing neither. Like, I'm prepping for it. I'm super mode. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. It's scary, man. Like, you know what scares me the most is my kids. They're not ready for it. They still live in this modern society, and they know what I believe. I preach it to them every day. My son is helping me dig a cellar. We're doing a 10 by 10 cube of a cellar, and he's into it. He likes watching along. He likes that stuff. He likes camping. He's into it. But he's 16. He's plugged into this modern society. It's not his fault, you know. It's just, it is what it is. So when it pops off, man, you know, I'm worried about him, especially my 13-year-old, man. I love her to death, man, but she's going through some stuff, man. And when the balloon goes up and we're in that, brother, I worry about them because I want them to be ready, and I want them to be they're going to have to be a part of surviving, you know. So I worry about them.
Man, I tell you, I've had a lot of weird looks. I've had a lot of principals and teachers try to come at me in certain ways because of the way I've raised my kids, you know. And I think in the long run, motherfuckers are gonna understand, man. Damn, that motherfucking tribe was right, man. Free thinking, question everything. Don't just fall for anything. I don't care if it's a teacher or a principal or nothing, man. Don't fall for nothing. I don't care if you're a smart ass kid. I don't care if they don't like you. Stay free. You know what I'm saying? Open-minded, man. Don't let them feed you bullshit. And if they do, come to me and let me know. You know what I'm saying? Go against the grain. Be a badass. And I'm sorry to say it, but I didn't raise my kids to be, oh, yes, I'll do anything you say type motherfuckers whatsoever.
Exactly. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
Right? Be like Hutch.
I want them to be worse.
I'm waiting on y'all. I'm waiting on all y'all to start doing this shit.
We have to foster curiosity. Curiosity that leads you to gaining the knowledge and wisdom and not just buying things inside that little box. And with my kids, I was brutally honest. Now, I kept certain things age appropriate about my life or about things I've seen or what I think. But as they grew, I never lied to them. Children are like little radars for lies. They can smell that shit, and they might not know what you're lying about, but they smell it. And when my twins turned about 20, one of them came up to me and said, "Mom, you know, it wasn't easy, but thanks for not raising a pussy." That's what he said to me. And I'm thankful for that. It gave me the feels.
Man, I tell you, sometimes I think I raised my daughters harder than the dudes. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like my daughters, man, they go hard. They're beautiful. You know, they man eaters, but man, they're vicious. Mm-hmm. But Lord knows, man, when shit hits the fan or something goes bad, man, they on it like motherfucking you wouldn't believe. They don't play games, man. Let somebody fuck with me and Niecy. Man, my daughters will be the first ones lined up throwing them things, man. And they pretty, they small. Like you see them and you think, no way in the world, man.
That's the ones you have to watch.
Yeah. Hey, they get it in.
My wife had stopped at the gas station one time, and this dude came over and started talking to her. Man, my daughter, she's 15. She come out the car and she's like, "What are you doing?" And that dude was like, "Well, I was asking her about." Man, don't talk to my mama. You don't know my mama, man. I mean, like, man, baby, before, you know, I'd kind of wondered, you know, and I mean, I'd always taught them not be scared. And my wife came home and she was all like, "Man, you you'd have been proud of your daughter. And she started telling me about it, man. We was fist bumping and shit, me and my daughter. I was like, hell yeah, tell him, baby girl, don't put up no bullshit. You know,
that's what's up. That's what's up.
She told him to get on his motorcycle and ride away. Be the best thing for him. I was like, hell
oh my goodness.
That's what I'm talking
Heck
about.
yeah.
It's just been brought to my attention that almost 100 of y'all are living here rent free. Back
Get
up.
him, I told him I was going to tell you.
Yeah. Damn commie mindset. Shit.
What he's saying is hit that fucking thumbs up.
Right.
Yeah. Man, I like these conversations, man. I do, man. I dig the shit out of them. Because it might inspire somebody else that's, you know, like my kids, man, they run wild, man. You know, a couple of them will sit around on their phones when they're at home, but I mean, most of them, man, I can't keep them in the house. They, you know what I mean? They can't sit still, man. They got that in them. And when I was young, I was the same way.
I hear you.
And they don't follow shit, man. If it don't make sense, you know, and if you think about it, there's a lot of laws on the books that don't make sense. And any normal thinking human being that would look at it and be like, that's some bullshit. What the fuck is that? And that's how I try to teach my kids as they're coming up. I'm not trying to teach them to be outlaws, but I'm trying, hey, look, you may be the one to be able to fix this shit. You and your friends, your best friend, she's, you know, doing something in the government and shit. Tell her to get these laws changed and shit like that. That's how you got to work it. You got to work it with the kids. I think that's the foundation that we need to work on to save this fucking country when it comes down to it, because it's going to be them in charge in a few years. You know what I'm saying?
I would even say one of the main things would be get your kids involved in your actual neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Walk around the block a couple times. If you see a bottle or something on the ground, be like, hey, will you grab that, pick it up for me? Take it home. You know what I'm saying? You'll ingrain that shit in them to make sure that everything around them is as nice as their own shit, hopefully. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. Little things like that. You know what I'm saying? They pick up on that shit. You know?
What's up, Ghost?
What's up,
what?
I mean, a lot of it too, you know, is how you act and treat people, you know what I'm saying, on a daily basis. I know, you know, when we go to the store, I always open the door for the ladies and open the door for a lot of the guys too, you know what I'm saying? I mean, just being nice and shit, you know. I mean, some of them that got that prick look on their face, you know, I'm like, fuck you, you know, I'm walking from them.
Just let it slam in their face.
Yeah, I ain't kidding, man.
I know you're not. I've seen guys do that.
but I'm just saying, you know, I mean, but still, even when my boy or my girls, you know, see that, you know, they pick up on that shit, you know, and they know, you know, a motherfucker's gonna be a rude prick out there, fuck him, you know, just shut the door in his face, you know, kind of thing. Man, I mean, I don't know. But no, chivalry ain't dead. I do open the door for women and stuff, and
hell yeah. Make sure the wife gets in the car before I walk away from the door type shit.
Right.
Man, on all these cold
Protection,
mornings,
man. Protection.
All these cold mornings, man. I always start my wife's car for her so it's warmed up. You know, I do that every morning. You know, and things like that. And yeah, let them walk in first in the store and walk in behind me in the house when we've been gone, you know, in case someone's in the house, you know what I mean? I'm the first one in the door, but yeah.
Can I show this question? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jen.
One thing I was going to say to add on to that, one thing that my husband did for the longest time that I didn't catch on to why is that, like, we're walking on the street, like, you know, on the sidewalk, he would always be on the outside. I always went on the inside.
Yeah.
I never knew why he did that. I always thought he favored that arm, but it was because he was protecting me, and I had no clue.
Yep.
It goes back to when there was horse and buggies and all that good stuff. It was more dangerous to be on that side in case a horse got loose or a buggy got loose. And yeah, the gentleman it was seen as better for the man to be there. He would get hurt, not the woman, not the lady.
I do the same thing, Niecy.
Man, I'm always exit strategies, what's coming, what's behind me, what's on my sides. I'm taking pictures of everything. When somebody gets up, I'm looking to see where they're going. I'm looking to see if anybody else is looking at them. Yeah, it's crazy, man.
That's what's up. Watching people who come in the door.
What's funny is when you're sitting there,
Gosh,
hey, Josh,
Damn.
Gosh, what's up?
What's good?
what up?
Hey, do I sound all right? Do I sound okay?
yes.
Yeah,
Sound
perfect.
great.
What's
Beautiful.
up? What's good, y'all?
What's funny is when you're sitting there and you're watching people, and then you see somebody else also watching, and then you see each other.
Yeah.
Have you ever done
Right?
that? Then you're like,
yeah, it's like
you
the
just kind of
thing,
look at each other like, all right.
All you can do is give a little head nod. You lock eyes for a second. You just,
Yep.
Right. No doubt. Let's hit him with it real quick.
823. What's up, fam? I just got here. Yeah.
Cheer.
I think one of the things on that thing, Tribe, what you were talking about though, real quick, with the like sitting, with your back to the wall, where you're facing the door and looking at all them things, everybody out there, you can do that and still have fun.
Oh
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? I mean, you don't have to be all paranoid about it, but you can do that kind of thing, man. You just pay attention. That's all it is. It's just paying attention to what's going on around you. And always remember, in a restaurant, there is always a back door through the kitchen.
Yep.
Yeah, they have to have access outside from the kitchen.
Mhm.
So always remember that. And there's always multiple fire extinguishers in the kitchen as well. So, just a thought for, most people like, oh, hell, I know that. But, you don't think about it, and if you're going into the restaurant. So I like to bring that point up.
Yeah, and when you pull up to a restaurant, like when you're finding your park spot, if you drive all the way around it, you can see where the exits are on the outside of the building, too. So you can know where, you know what I'm saying? Like you can know which direction the exit to that you pulled up to are.
Yeah, no doubt. It just comes natural for me. So I don't even catch myself sometimes. Nisi will tell me like, why'd you look in 5 different directions in the past half a second? And I'm like, I did. She's like, your head's jumping around. What's going on? Oh, my bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That might be a man thing because they've done studies and women's eyes. If you scan, let's say a woman looks, let's say 6 inches for shits and giggles, her eyes will scan 10 times more than a man's will in every single little detail. Whereas y'all be flopping around like a wind sign.
Agreed. I've heard this before.
Are you saying that women are more low key about it? We just hold our head still and just move our eye. Because I was about to say it's like I do. My husband's always, of course, he has hypervigilance with his PTSD. So we go out someplace and he's looking around. He's low key about it. But I can sit there and it's like I'm just, like I'm looking at a menu, but I'm looking around at everything, or I'm glancing, just taking stuff in. Not going crazy like, oh my god,
women
my
are more
kids are like,
subtle about it.
just glance around.
My kids
see
are
where
like, how did
everybody's
you
at.
see me?
I looked.
Well, and I don't, fuck that. I don't care how I sound. The point of it is that like for a man, it's a dominance thing. It's a thing of we want motherfuckers to know we ain't fucking around and we ain't the motherfucking soy boy. And
I didn't want to be a part of that fucking shit.
That's right. You ain't gonna make me miss a beat putting me big screen.
I know.
I ain't saying.
I knew you was about to get into some. I knew you was about to get into some gangster shit. So I was like, let's put him on the big screen.
Nah, he was about to tell us what the thing is.
I was trying to tell you what the thing was, man, and y'all wouldn't let me tell you the thing, man.
Oh man.
I don't want to know about the thing.
I was going to ask you guys earlier, as far as prepping goes, what things do you guys prep? 'Cause I know a lot of you guys have kids like I do. What things do you guys prep to make the transition better for them? Because like I said, they're still in this society. Like they know what we believe. They're a part of it, but they're still plugged into this modern. They're kids.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I prep things for them because I know the transition is going to be hard for them. So I prep specific things just for them, just a few months of stuff to help them get in. What kind of things do you guys prep? You guys prep anything for that?
What
That's
would
one
you?
of the reasons that I canned milk is to test the process, test to see how long it lasts. I hear it's roughly a year, but those simple comforts make kids happy. Cereal with milk.
Yeah.
They're the things that they know every day. And the other thing I would say to prep with your kids is the lifestyle you expect, quote unquote, after, do it now. I've got my 4-year-old out there with his mini rake, and I make him put little seeds in the dirt. And so it's not like a so heavy of a transition when
Right.
they already know that lifestyle.
It's not such a shock if they've already been doing it. They're like, oh, this is normal. Go ahead and make things normal now so that in the event shift happen, whatever, and something's going down, then it's still that normalcy. That's something that we're all going to want, adults and children, is some sense of normalcy somewhere. You'll take comfort in that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole thing with, I mean, comfort stuff like that, like Virginia was saying, and candies and little stuff like that, and then there's just something not right about that fella. But
Dude, your fire's going out.
Coloring books, coloring books and shit like that, man, are real good. If depending on the age of the kid. But I mean, even as they get older, sometimes on a night if power, grid's down, whatever, yada yada, you got the candles out, lighting, whatever. It ain't nothing wrong with getting a coloring book out, man, and have a coloring contest, have stuff like that. It's simple, it's fun, and things like that is what I've got kind of prepped up. Some board games, stuff,
They have adult coloring books, right?
Oh, yes, they do, ma'am.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, hang on.
whoa, whoa,
Virginia,
whoa.
I don't know what you've been seeing, but I know that tone of voice, and
Yeah,
that's not what I meant.
you got to buy.
That's not
Where
hang
do
on.
I order these?
Adult
Yeah.
words. Adult.
The adult coloring
Yeah, exactly,
books.
Trev. They're
You
adult
have to
swear
order the
words.
skin tone colors also.
You create your own skin tone. You can identify as any Arby's roast beef sandwich you want.
Yeah, they've got paste on so you can transition.
And just like that, here we go.
They got them little stickers
right.
you can transition the
Oh Lord.
you could be
No.
a eunuch.
I was talking about the
native,
adult
like-
swear word. I'm over here like, they have weird swear words and it's like all flowery and it's real pretty. They got some real ugly words too, kind of creative.
Kids with Tourette's will love it.
Yeah.
Fuck
Hey,
your balls,
hey,
you know?
Sandwich, I'm definitely gonna look this up. That sounds awesome.
There's all kinds. Go on Amazon and look.
Uh-huh.
There's all kinds. There's all kinds of swear word ones. There's there's ones that are even like words that you mostly hear in the UK. I was like, wow, that's creative. Look at that.
Mhm.
So
Hey,
so it's international. It's international.
I got one for you guys.
Jen was about to tell me
Swear
something.
word?
What's up, Jen?
Well, I was going to say that I've already tried to do things I'm working on that with the little ones. The older ones, they're just going to have to get over it. That's how I feel. The older teenagers, they're going to have to deal with it somehow. We're going to have to get through it. But the younger ones, they're little. They're 2-year-old. What do you do with a 2-year-old in a shift?
Yeah.
So we're going hiking. We pick up cones. We come home. The next day, we paint them. We do things. We don't turn the TV on. I homeschool, so there goes no TV right there. We go outside, garden. I do things like that just to keep them outside as much as possible. And I feel that that's what I am supposed to be doing, preparing myself and my family, is keeping the smaller ones outside, doing activities where they're not bored.
Yes. Hey, can I just throw this in here real quick? So, all right. So look, not to change the subject, but so my fiance's son, he just had his first baby, right? So I get to pretend and play grandpa, right? I've been Uncle Jeff. Oh, come on, man. Come on, fam. I don't know why I can't do that. But I get to play grandpa, man, and it's so cool. Like, seriously, I've always been Uncle Josh, right? And so I'm watching this little guy. I'm watching him develop. I think he's 3 months now. And it's so wild. Like I'm tiptoeing, like I'm on spiritual preparedness right now, so I'm seeing things from a spiritual type angle. And I'm gonna tell you, I think he's just gotten to the point as to where he can. They say they see lights. Y'all mothers know a lot more than I do about all this, but they recognize like lights and they look for the lights. But if you have the television on or a cell phone, his attention is done. It's done. And so I guess because he's like in his rocker with his dad and his mom, and they're like watching TV, so the TV's on or whatever in the cell phone. He at 3 months he's trained himself. We can lay him down in the bed and he will watch TV, no problems, no crying, no nothing.
Yep.
And it, technology, man, technology is driving me crazy right now. But I noticed that out of everything, like if there's a cell phone, he watched the video of himself, gaga goo goo, da, 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 and you couldn't take it away from him. If you took it away from him, he would start crying.
It's scary, isn't it, when you see how like entranced they are with television, with tablets. I see it more. I notice it more so with tablets and devices, computers, things like that. The little handheld. I see a lot of kids that have or parents that have like the big chunky. They look like old Game Boys to me because I'm old.
That's it.
Lucky. But those for the kids to like watch their videos on or to play games while they're waiting at appointments and things like that. Well, and I'm not saying there isn't a place for those.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that's it.
But when you see little ones getting really sucked into it.
I'm sorry.
3 months.
No,
but you need to understand that even when they get a little older and they start go to a friend's house or something or whatever's going on, they're going to be exposed to the television and to the gaming systems and all the stuff. So you need to be using that to your advantage right now and teaching them, like my wife, and I did some, but my wife mostly, when our kids were real young and stuff, we put them on programs, because they'd get, we'd be trying to cook dinner and they're, you can get them energized, but we would put on programs, like I'd done one time it was the Constitution, but it was a kind of a cartoon one. And it was a really good show. I was listening to it the whole time, because I was cooking dinner. Yes, by the way, ladies, I was cooking dinner. I was doing laundry, had the dishes going. And when my wife got home, dinner was ready. The dishes.
Nobody cares.
Let me know when you're single.
Let's fuck up. Now,
no, I see what you're saying. I mean,
I'm playing backwards.
I'm
playing
backwards.
backwards.
I need a safe space, man.
Yes. I mean,
I need a safe space, man. No, for real though. Yeah, and like I put the Constitution on, like I said, on this cartoon type deal, and it was good, man. And I let them. That's what they listened to. That's what they were focused on, and so just Josh, that's all I'm saying is use that to your advantage while you can, on them moments, obviously don't let them watch TV all the time. I'm just saying when they do, it is a good babysitter sort of kind of for you when you got to go in there and get the laundry. You got to go in there and and do this. Yeah. But put that educational stuff on, man.
Get that Schoolhouse Rocks in there.
A baby Einstein, baby Beethoven, baby Mozart. Those are three things that I recommend. If you're going to put them in front of a TV, tablet, whatever, do those because it has been proven to help them develop skills, motor skills, like how things are designed, colors and shapes, and then they're listening to classical music.
Thank you, Random.
You're welcome.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, don't forget that King Tut was a king at 9 years old. The ruler of North Korea, they were grooming him since a baby to be what he is today. There's things you can do outside of the box. You can raise, not that I want kings, because I don't believe in all that shit, but there's ways that you can go above and beyond to build those minds of the young. You know what I'm saying? To be powerful, strong.
Yeah, bro. So what I'm tapping into with Lucky, you hit it on the head. What I'm tapping into is just technology. Like I'm having this internal conflict with technology. Like, is it good or is it evil?
Yes.
And so just the fact that my grandson, when he's probably like 5, is going to know how to work an Android cell phone or a tablet better than me. It just shows me that the kids these days will be absolutely consumed with technology. We didn't have that, man. I don't know what we did when we were growing up. 77. I don't know what we had, but
Record players.
yeah,
Walkman.
it wasn't tablets. It wasn't cell phones. So technology, yeah. So the kids,
but they're being born into it. It's normal now to them. It's normal. This is the
Yes.
digital generation. This is this is normal.
Yes.
Everyone knows. They can't imagine not having it. Just like we can't imagine. We can easily see not having it because we didn't grow up with it. A lot of us.
Right.
Right. Right.
Yeah. I'm done.
Homer Simpson said it best like 20 years ago when he said, television, the best parent in the world.
Oh.
No, I'm being
At least
facetious.
the best babysitter, right?
You consider the forces coming out. You're talking about the lights that kids and babies are drawn to. They look toward that screen and that light. You have the cards are stacked against you, because even now in elementary school, kids go into school and they have a tablet on the desk. They look down and do everything on. So even if at home you create a condition, a certain individual, they are going to be inoculated with it as soon as they walk outside the door. So I think being realistic and preparing them for how to combat the type of psychological warfare our kids and grandkids are going to be brought up in is way beyond what you and I saw. However, imagine how freaked out people were when all of a sudden their children had telephones. Oh shit, little Susie can get a phone call. Sir, may I speak to little Susie? Can you imagine the mind fuck that was for people that had more control? So this is not a new human experience. It can be used for good or bad.
Gotcha.
I agree. I'll agree because a few months ago, my 13-year-old got in trouble. So she lost her phone for 2 weeks. And the first few days, oh God, it was World War III. It was the end of the world. It was the apocalypse. She couldn't do it. She's like, how could you do this to me, Dad? But after that, she was a different person.
When she got through withdrawal with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Me and her were hanging out every night. She was out of her shell. She was telling me everything that was going on in her life. It was great. She was reading more. Both of my kids, my older kids, love to read. So I keep all kinds of books. Like I'll go without food for a few days to buy them a new book. But it woke me up again, because I already knew this. We all know this, that those phones in their faces all the time, it affects them. So when I took it from her, man, it was amazing. And so it kind of transitioned us into me realizing, I was like, look, you don't need your phone all the time. So now, we're kind of going to a thing where they have to turn their phones in when they're home, so they have other things. They didn't like it at first, but they're getting there. And in shift, none of us are going to have phones anyway. You know what I mean? And so
I got you.
Yeah.
That's a good thing, Native, to do that.
You know what?
Spend time with them before they leave out of the house.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's a two-edged thing. It's like a two-edged sword thing. You know what I mean? It's like it's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a keeping up with the Joneses, even in second grade. I've got nieces and nephews that are about 10, and there's already a comparison of, oh, you don't have the best iPhone out. Now you're in a different social, the lunch table has switched from how you dress and where you sit to the technology in your hand. And honestly, I say get them shitty technology. I didn't give my kids the best of the best. I didn't get the best internet that my town had to offer. I didn't get them the best phone. I didn't give them, they got tablets, broke them. I didn't replace them. Like there's little lessons in all of it,
That's what's up, sis.
Yeah.
Flip phones for everybody.
There you go.
Hey, Native. My fiance's son, when he was 14, right? Yeah, they did some crazy. Him and my nephew, they did some crazy stuff. So I'm playing dad now. Hey, I've played all kinds of roles, man. I'm telling you. So I'm like, nah. I took the cell phones, right? I took them, and I'm like, so we took the cell phones, and then I made him sleep in the living room on the sofa. Him and my nephew.
Mm-hmm.
And I had the funniest feeling. It was like 2:00 in the morning, and I got up and I tiptoed into the living room, and the only thing I saw was the reflection of a cell phone on their faces.
Oh no!
So I'm like, what is this? I'm like, what is this?
They got a secret phone.
My fiance's like, go to sleep. They're not doing anything. No, they both had cell phones, and it came out later. I took those, but it came out later. Like he'll tell me now. He's like, bro, we had like 8 cell phones. He's like, right. The kids in high school were just giving us cell phones. As long as we had Wi-Fi, we were good.
Yes.
Technology. Man. This technology is something else, man. I'm working on it. But it's something else. It really is.
I hear you, Josh. I was thinking about you. I was thinking about you yesterday, man. They got at work. They got me training on a new truck. It's a split shift. Yeah, have you come across that yet? It's like an 8-speed. It's a split shift. I'm sorry, I'm changing the subject, but I don't get to talk to Josh that much. But I was thinking about because you just got your Class Bs too. And it's like an 8-speed, man. You got to flip a switch. It sucks, man. I was like, I wonder what Josh would say if he was here training on this with me.
Seriously, like I'm gonna hit you up because I got a million questions for you. Seriously, yeah, for real.
All right.
Yeah, I'm Class A, man. I'm doing the thing.
I hear you, bro. I hear you.
Yeah. Hey, I went to Walmart. I went to Walmart today, right? Just randomly going to Walmart. Actually, I had to get a binder. Off subject, but I had to get a binder so I could have all my paperwork in it in case of DOT inspection, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just going through Walmart, man, randomly. I'm just no oil. The Walmart, no oil.
Like for your car or for cooking?
Yeah, no. I'm sorry. Yeah, for your
Motor
car.
oil.
Yeah, motor oil. No oil.
Okay.
Oh, I thought cooking too.
Yeah.
Little 10W40 to fry up some chicken. Make some French fries. Drop a basket in there.
Right.
Synthetic.
Yeah, but they had gaps in a lot of things, man. Just like meat in general and stuff. Like and I don't know. Everybody's saying like one day we're gonna have it, and then one day we won't.
Socrates, fool. You're right, man. There's a lot of gaps and a lot of stuff, man. And you know what gets me is the people who are out there just throwing money at weird stuff.
Yeah.
Like buying brand new cars and spending money on frivolous stuff, like not caring about the food shortages. I was in Walmart the other day during our monthly buy. I sent Tribe a picture because I kind of went overboard. I threw all of our extra income for the month just in food, just because I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Right.
And I was just saying stuff that we say on our live streams all the time, about the coming food short, and people were just looking at me like weird, like, what are you talking about? Like, what? I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Right.
And there was almost no beef. There was ground beef, and there was no roast. There was no stew meat. There was no cube steak.
Yeah, that's it.
Nothing, man. And it was to me it was alarming because that's always been there, and it wasn't there now. And the ground beef was over twice what it always is.
Man.
And so I went to the chicken, and the chicken wasn't there, and thank God Hutcher's Fire is there again, and he's rolling another doobie. That's what's up.
It's a dope view. I'm listening, Native. I just want to see the fire going. You know what I mean?
Just move out of the way, Hutch.
I swear.
You know how they have like the shells of like the meat in the flat packs, and then they'll have the coolers in the middle with the bags of chicken.
Yeah.
I've just started going and getting the bags of chicken.
Okay.
Because you get more for your buck.
Mm-hmm.
And Man, people don't know, man. People are in Walmart buying frivolous shit. People buying.
I can
new
actually
cars.
say, I went to the store today. Beef is hella cheap right now. Chicken is fucking ridiculous.
Really?
No
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. Chickens get
what's
really expensive.
In Missouri.
Yeah.
He's the beef is went down here. Because I ain't gonna lie, I had a big fat giant ass New York strip steak before we came on tonight. It was good too. I'm just saying, but the chicken is expensive though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. We don't have any
Try.
chicken at our local Aldi's at all, unless it's the organic whole chicken. But they don't have any drumsticks, thighs, or anything. I have to go 45 minutes to a little to get the type of chicken, unless you want to get Tyson's chicken at Walmart. But I don't even buy Tyson's chicken.
I hear you.
I don't know if y'all buy that. Have y'all heard anything about Tyson's chicken?
I met the wife at Tyson's. We worked at Tyson's cutting up chicken. I dumped all the guts and stuff for the chicken nuggets and the patties and shit.
And I did everything to ship.
Oh,
Yeah.
They would.
such a cute
Hutch
story.
was telling me one day when they first met and they were starting to kind of like each other. They would walk by and take their knives and go whoosh, whoosh, and kind of just give it a little quick sharpening. And they'd go oh and walk off and stuff.
Huh?
Yeah,
What
it
you
was
talking
cute.
about?
We ain't that kind of romantic husband and wife.
I can't see Hutch doing that. Be more like, hey.
Right.
Hey, y'all. I'll be right back, man. Something. My whole thing went completely black, and then it came back in, and my green screen messed up and all that. I'm gonna bounce out and come right back in. Y'all hold it down.
All right.
We got this. We got this. Just big screen Hutch.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fire.
Oh,
Just
man.
down in the corner smoking.
Oh, Southern Belle, we'll see you, sis. I just want to say, Southern Belle, it's been good seeing you in all the chats. I missed you,
Yeah, it
sis.
has.
I want you to know that.
Yep.
I saw her this morning. I was hanging out with Sophia and Chris, like on the road trip, and Southern Belle was in there. I was like, oh shit.
I saw that, man. She's rolling.
Yeah.
I caught a little bit today.
She was on the
Man,
cannon.
don't that feel good to see people like they're leaving the places that don't care about freedom and giving people the opportunity just to live their lives? I
Yeah.
love it, man. I love to see people doing that. That's what's up.
Yeah. Hey, so we can't talk about it, man. Look, hey,
Uh-oh.
we can't talk about it, but the whole thing over there, you know what I'm saying? With what's going on and stuff.
Oh, no, Tribe said we can talk about it.
Yeah, we've been given the green light. We can say Russia, Ukraine.
Wait.
They all-
Something's happening in Russia or Ukraine. What happened?
I'm not gonna be the one. Y'all can do it.
Just Josh.
Hey,
I didn't do it. They did.
It was just Josh, man.
I was gonna say Ukraine officially sank the flagship of the Navy.
Let's talk about this.
earlier today.
I saw that. Was that real? I want to see the actual footage of the ship going down.
America did
Yeah.
that shit, man.
I want to see the serial number going under the water.
All right, man. I don't know how much of a defense those ships have, but they said this was their flagship, and it got taken down. They said they flew a drone in and it distracted it, and then boom, some Neptunes.
Well, are there any seamen in here? Because does like a flagship, does that mean of that group, or does that mean the entire Navy?
No, seriously. Yeah.
You watch
for
the
real.
seamen? What?
Yeah, seamen.
All right,
Navy men.
I'm out.
Y'all need to grow up. Y'all need to grow the hell up.
You
I'm gonna
said
get
it.
into some serious conversation here in a second.
I'm out.
Jim was like, I'm out.
Where random go?
No, I'm back. I'm here.
All right.
I'm sorry.
I just
Is it
Hutch
random?
set it up and I went there.
Do they not have C-rams? Like, I'm not a military guy, but do they not have C-rams? Do they not have a defense against whatever it was that took that ship out? Because I'm like, it was a pretty big ship with a lot of like armaments on it, and
Does the
it's
Ukraine
done.
have submarines? Do they got subs?
I don't know.
Man, I'm
I've
telling
heard
you, it
our
was the
subs are
U.S.
all around there. That's what I've heard.
I'm
Really?
telling you,
I've
it was
heard
the
our subs
U.S.
are all around there, but I don't know. I've heard our subs are more advanced than anyone else's in the world, but I don't. Who knows what's real now? It's so frustrating.
Did you see that deal with who was it? Getz, whatever the hell his name was, going after
Matt
the
Getz.
Matt
military
Getz.
guy? And like the military dude didn't even know that we were behind in hypersonic shit and stuff like that.
Oh
So
wow.
they don't even know. So how the hell are we supposed to know?
Exactly. That's what I mean, man. Like, that's why I don't even want to follow that stuff anymore. I just want to focus on right here, right now.
Hey.
So when it comes here, am I ready?
Gotcha.
Like is my little army here part of the million armies, and are we ready?
Right. That's how I feel too.
Can I ask y'all something? I want to ask y'all something on this. I had Hutch and Just Josh. They sent me something from Google AdSense. And for anybody in the chat, some of y'all might not know about this, but they said that any video, there's some rules that they're making to where they're censoring some of the talk on Ukraine and Russia and shit like this. They're already putting it in place. But I want to ask y'all, do y'all think that could be a sign of what's to come because they're already setting up to keep shit quiet when shit goes down?
Yeah,
Hell yeah. Bro,
yeah, absolutely. I think so.
Yeah. Bro, we're almost on par with MSM. I'm just talking the whole YouTube, just in general. Like, seriously, a lot of people get their information from YouTube, from content creators. This thing's about to go hot. I saw a video earlier today where there was a MiG-29, whatever plane. Any of you guys saw that?
Pilgrim sighting.
Pilgrim sighting. Yep.
Pilgrim sighting.
Yeah, Pilgrim.
Oh, dang.
Pilgrim getting strikes and whatnot. What's up, brother?
Oh no, did he?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Fight
no.
the power.
Hey, did any of you guys see that video of the MiG on the back?
What happened? What happened, Josh?
They messing with you hard.
We can't hear you, Josh. We can't hear you, Josh.
You're muted. We can't hear nothing you're saying. Real talk.
Y'all should have let him run with it. Y'all should have let him run with it.
But I'm interested in what he's saying.
At least y'all had mercy and told him soon. We let
Bro.
POTB go for like 15 minutes.
I know
We
POTB
don't
mad as hell right now.
We don't care about POTB. Go ahead, Josh.
Nah, man. But so there's a video going around of a MiG fighter on the back of a 18-wheeler with its wings not on. So, and it's covered, in like camouflage tarp. And
I mean that's crazy. Where's it going?
What the?
Wow, really?
Wow, Josh, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's
Has he been
crazy,
messed with?
man.
I haven't seen it. Where
Are
is
you
that video?
serious?
Where can I see it? Is it just like
Was Sean Penn there?
Dude.
Well, where'd you see it, Josh? We wanna know.
Are we gonna let Just Josh talk or not? I mean, damn, y'all keep cutting him off like
Okay,
that.
he don't shut up. It's just
Hutch, help me.
All right, you good.
What's up, Christina?
What's going on with your mic? It like keeps going out on you and shit. Hey, I'm having some wicked shit happen on my side too, man. So
No, man. So I get this pop up. That says your internet service something. Your mic is muted. Da 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 da.
yeah, it's hitting you up hard.
Dude, this is weird because his mute button is not on, and it.
Now it is.
No, honestly, Josh, if you're getting messed with or something because your mute is not on and we cannot hear you.
Somebody's
Man,
hacking.
You ain't supposed to be talking
Okay.
about that airplane, man. Shit.
Huh.
Yeah, your browser.
I'm not muting it. Oh, there
Okay,
you go.
you're back
You good
now. You keep cutting out right when. Dude, he's gone again.
I'm out of here. I can't.
No, you're not muted. That's so weird.
Yeah, you want to try? You want to try to regroup, go out, and come back in or something?
Yeah, let me do that. I'll be back.
Josh, you'll be okay as long as you don't get a knock at the door.
Right.
Yeah.
They coming for you, man.
Oh no, he left. Did he leave?
I think he's gonna reset and come back.
You know, as soon as we started talking about this shit,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not that you know, it is what it is. I'm not trying to shut us up, believe me. I'm just saying that there's some weird shit going on, man. Especially when that's why I think we're about to get into some heavy shit with these some of bitches across sea. I think we done set up. I think Poland's done set up hundreds of thousands of troops. I think we've been shipping troops over there. I think there's shit that I think that maybe I shouldn't even say because I don't want to be the voice, you know, because I'm pretty sure that my channel being as big as it is and as awesome as that it is, I'm pretty sure that Putin watches on a daily, but I don't want to give out secret information from America, so I'm a fall back a little bit, but I'm just saying, man, there's some shit going down. You know what I'm saying?
Well, to answer your question a minute ago, I think that the book has already been written and they're just reading it to us right now. I don't think anything is coincidence. I don't think about the movies we watch, right, where they talk about World War II and how every freaking move was known and planned and had something with money and something with this government and that government and backdoor deals and dark shit, right? None of this is coincidence. This novel is published. They are just reading it chapter by chapter.
Yeah, I'm not even sure they opened the book yet.
Right?
I agree. I mean, I think they have a plan that they've been putting in place for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think everything we see is part of that plan. I really do. And I think we're not a part of it. I think we're in the way. And that's why I think they want a big die off. I really believe that. I think they want there to be some kind of fall, whether it's a grid down or whatever in our country, so that a large part of the middle class here just die off. I look at people in my own family, man, they're not ready for this shit. They're really not ready. Like in a few weeks, they would be suffering hardcore. And I think millions of people in America are that way. And they're not going to make it. Think about all the people, if the grid went down for a month, who wouldn't get their medicine, who wouldn't be there for their dialysis, who wouldn't be there for their chemo or whatever, or people in nursing homes who wouldn't. I used to deliver oxygen to nursing homes every week, and if those people didn't get their oxygen, they were suffering and on death's door. Yep. Those people aren't going to make it in a grid down in a month. And I think the people in charge, they know that. They know that 100%. I think they want this to happen. Mm-hmm. I watched the video today. And then he was showing the evidence of how our country's getting ready for a draft. That I really believe it, man. All the war hawks on both sides of the political spectrum are pushing for us to be in freaking Ukraine. And they know the American people don't want no part of that crap. It's not our fight. And they're doing whatever they can to get us involved. And I think there's a draft coming.
And think about that. Think about what was it, a year ago? We were talking about how they were pushing for women to be drafted and shit. Mm-hmm. Remember we talked about that? I know you were there, mm-hmm. Native, and it's like, so yep. it ain't like they just started talking about. You're right, brother. They've been working on this shit for years, man. They've been studying the past and what they can do to change the future and run it the way they want to run it. They read those books. Mein Kampf and all that bullshit, you know what I'm saying? They read into these things. These big elites, man, their studies are immense when it comes to
just a month ago. What was that they put out? They're like, it was come from the State Department. If you have a conscientious objection to being drafted to the military, we have things set up so you can be a part of FEMA. Mm-hmm. But they've got a plan.
Yep. They've got a plan one way or the other.
We're going to draft you one way. Yeah, they're going to draft you one way or another. You can stay here, but you're still going to work for us and do what we tell you.
I've seen that.
My kids ain't going to be part of no draft. I'm going to tell them. I'm sorry.
I think we've stacked. I think we got a lot of soldiers over there, man. I think as soon as Russia invaded Ukraine, or probably before that, but as soon as Russia, I think we picked up our shit. And that's why we, like if you're going to pay somebody back, you're not going to go brag about it all over the place. You're going to, Well, we'll throw some sanctions on them, but hey, man, we need 30,000 motherfuckers here. We need 40,000 motherfuckers here. We need 25,000. We need these. There's a reason why we send weapons over there, man. And yeah, we give some to the Ukrainians, but you don't think we're stacking weapons for us to use when we're over there in World War III?
Yep.
Plain and simple. You can't tell me no different. It's common sense, man. You can't just listen to what the fuck they tell us. What the fuck are they doing? Look, it's there. Bam. It's all setting up for the big one.
I know people in decline, the brain decline or whatever. I know one of the things that they do is they randomly say shit that they've read or they've seen or they've heard. It just randomly comes out. And, Sleepy Joe had told them soldiers over there when we go, about going in, when we go in. And I believe he's in decline, man, big time. And I think he randomly said that,
Yep.
Not like it wasn't meant to, but it was just something that
he popped in his brain and came out his mouth.
Yeah. That he had already, because he had heard, been in the meetings or whatever. And
right.
Yeah.
It's coming.
Does anybody remember me on a live stream? Now you probably might not remember this, but do you remember me talking about Finland and how I thought Finland would be a big piece to what's coming?
Yeah.
And now you look at it, Finland and Sweden, the whole NATO thing and everything. I mean, if you just keep your eyes on the prize and don't believe everything they tell you, man, you can figure some shit out, I believe. And I could be wrong. Hey, I'm not saying I'm right and shit, but there's just things that it's just so natural for your brain to pick up on and be like, hey, it sure looks like this while they're telling us all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you don't eat your meat, you can't have any pudding.
And how can you have any pudding if you don't eat your meat?
Precisely. And those of us who are and always have been perceived, or those people who they perceive as weak, both physically and mentally, basically eugenics is not new. We are the cancer to their success. So we are being eradicated with chemotherapy, radiology, psychotherapies, and medications. We are being attacked just like we're a cancer on them. And the weak-minded and feeble-bodied are going to fall off first.
Yes.
Hutch is fighting Sasquatch.
I swear, man, look like he about to get into it.
They know this and they manipulate it.
I think more and more they picked Biden to be the scapegoat.
Oh yeah.
He's
I really believe that. There's
Biden doesn't know he's in
going to
office.
say everything's Biden's fault. It's not our fault. Let's get rid of him. And they're going to pass the buck to Kamala. I really believe it. I believe that's why they picked Biden. He's the scapegoat, man. Look at him. That dude got pooped on by a bird.
Yeah, she's definitely. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely a scapegoat. He's not. He doesn't know that he's in office. He thinks he's like on tour, saying goodbye or something. He doesn't know that he won.
Man,
He
did
doesn't.
You see him shake, Did you see him shake the hand of nobody yesterday?
What?
You poor dude. This poor old man.
Then that motherfucker looked around, stared at the wall and shit.
Yeah, elderly abuse.
That's what I say, JL. This is the worst case of elder abuse that I've ever seen, and it's on public display for the entire world to look at. Other countries are aware of it. I mean, hell, the Saudis are making fun of it in skits. Putin said it right after Biden came into office. He made comments basically saying that he was aware that Biden was not all there. I mean, everyone knows it. So
Exactly.
I'm gonna drop that link if you don't mind. Saudi Arabia has a skit show.
Oh man!
Like Saturday Night Live, and they were making fun of Biden.
I didn't see it.
Saudi Arabia was.
Yeah,
it was hilarious. It was right. It's spot on too.
Yeah, and if you just think a few years ago, they made fun of Trump when he was overseas, and he pushed through and put up his coat jacket. And was like, I'm the boss of this show, not y'all.
Yeah.
But and then look at the man we have today. He's sitting there lost, looking, trying to find Obama in the crowd of people. They're ignoring him. It's a joke.
It's sad. It's really sad. It's
Yeah.
pathetic. You know, I know a lot of people are angry at Biden. I have trouble, and I've said this before. I personally have trouble. I can't be angry at him because I know it's so obvious he's a puppet.
Yes.
Mhm.
He's not doing anything except what he's told. You know, he's at that point. I mean, and I've told Mr. I said, you know, I really think he's very much in decline. He's very much, he's in decline. They're having trouble controlling him, even with the meds they're giving him. When his eyes look like pie plates, you know,
Yeah.
and he's got to make a speech or something. They're having more and more a difficult time controlling him and what he's saying because he's going way off script. So I'm trying to figure out at what point is something going to happen where he is now no longer going to be in office and who's stepping in.
Yes.
I'm still not convinced it's I don't know. I'm still not convinced it's Kamala.
I gotta say something. I do not feel sorry for that motherfucker. I don't give a shit about that. He's been a piece of shit since he came into the government.
Oh yeah,
he is part of the deep bullshit. He is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I don't
I'm
care
not saying
what
he
they
isn't.
do to abuse the shit out. I don't give a shit. And that's just, I'm not going against you, Lucky Dame. It's just, it sparks something. You know what I'm saying? It just sparks something in me when you start talking about Biden. I'm like, fuck that dude.
Yeah, I look at him
know.
more
If you
like
watch
he's
any of
getting
his-
what he deserved.
Yeah, watch anything that he said during the 90s, anything in any of his career. No, I get it. I'm just saying right now it's like where people are like, I hate, you know, in this moment, I don't blame him for whatever the hell's going on right now because he doesn't know where the fuck he is.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how, I mean, you know, he doesn't know what the fuck's going on most of the time. Now in the past, yeah, he's a piece of shit.
Well, if you look at
More
anything,
disturbing to me is the 25th because some manipulation of the 25th occurred about 2 years ago, the 25th Amendment, and I think that it was setting up the positioning the pieces such that if needed, they can start pushing the presidency into. It would start at Nancy, and then. Do you know what I mean? It would start at Kamala and then Nancy, and then there's a clear line of people it would go to if they 25th him, and all those people are cognizant.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this then. So everything that transpired on the that day at the I don't even want to say it, but the Capitol
back in January.
Yeah. Thank you. All that stuff that transpired. Should it have ran its course? I don't want to get you jacked up, bro. I'm just saying.
I think it
because
did. I think it did run its course.
Look at where we're at. What's that, Native?
I was just saying, I think it did run its course. Nobody had weapons. The police let them in. At 3 hours later, everything went back to normal. So I think it did run its course on that day.
Yeah. But
can I just say,
all right, that's
I truly think that's and don't get me wrong, I'm not going against anybody on this panel, but I think that was all some bullshit, and I think the media played up on it, and that's why the courts went so hard on it. Was all just a plot to keep us focused on some bullshit.
Bro,
that was nothing but people going to see Trump, getting pissed off at the end, you know, doing whatever the fuck, and then it was over with. And that's all it should have been. It wasn't a movement, in my opinion. It wasn't something that we did because we did nothing that day.
Yeah,
we did nothing that day.
They were there.
I
They
think
had
it was
people
just.
in the crowd.
I know.
That
But
day,
what
they
I'm saying,
admitted
it didn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't the movement that needs to happen. It can't be that because that was some fucking bullshit. That was bullshit.
That was the closest.
Nah, man, nah.
We've ever been to that.
That was some weak ass fucking soy boy.
Thank you.
All right, hold on.
I mean, most of them didn't go there for the intention to go in there.
Right.
First of all,
The fact that if you willingly know that you just broke into the fucking White House, you break shit. You don't be like, hey, stop it, buddy. Don't touch that vase. No, fuck that. You're in the wrong place.
You don't walk between the velvet ropes and take pictures like you're on tour.
Right?
They're definitely taking this shit down.
If they were really gonna take it, they would have took it.
They're definitely going
to.
to
You're going to take the place. They would have took. That's exactly it. Exactly.
There was no sad.
There was intent.
There was no organization. The FBI admitted they had people in the crowd provoking them to do that.
All right,
Just
but look,
like,
okay.
I mean,
All
come
right,
on,
all
man.
right, all
There was
right.
more of an insurrection in the summer of 2020 when all of our cities were burnt down.
Man,
Yeah.
I don't know. No, I don't know,
Peaceful
man.
protest.
Look. All right, look. Seriously. All right. So I went ham with my little videos. I went ham before it happened. I was like, this is gonna happen. I was staying up to like 2:00 in the morning, watching generals and senators, and they're saying like this could definitely be a overthrowing of democracy. Like
Yeah.
they were shitting themselves, and I legitimately thought 1000% that. I don't know what I can and can't say, but the inauguration, I legitimately thought that there were going to be people walking through the crowd, handcuffing important people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but it didn't happen.
But wasn't that on some Q type shit? Because I think they
I feel you.
they
But,
ran
bro,
with that shit for weeks.
Hey, I feel you. But our capital I hate saying it. It has never been ransacked like that before. 1776. We've
Hey,
never seen anything happen like that before, bro. Never.
1812, the White House was burned to the ground.
1812.
All right, 1812. I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one. But we legitimately saw, yeah.
Josh, the day of Trump's inauguration, they were burning down federal buildings in Washington, D.C.
I feel you. Not the Capitol.
Okay,
Hey,
but come
I
on,
wanted-
man.
Hey, real quick, y'all.
shut up.
Just on a serious tip,
Yes, sir.
there's a big tornado in northeastern Arkansas, and it is heading in the direction of Memphis and like in between Memphis and Nashville, Tennessee. And they're expecting some more to pop up. So if you're in them general directions, y'all might want to pay attention to the weather. That's all. I just wanted to say that real quick. Just try to keep everybody safe, man. That it's like big tornadoes
Appreciate it.
popping up
Appreciate
right
it.
now.
Appreciate it.
Nisi, really?
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Bro, Nisi's like, it really wasn't ransacked.
Go
Hey,
back at
3 hours later, they did.
1776,
Everything went back to
Oh, my
normal. 3
son.
hours later, they certified the vote, and Biden was president. 3 hours later.
Did anything happen to the Fed that actually opened the door? Has anybody heard anything about that?
Bro, all my fam was like, Josh, you said this was going to happen. You called it, bro. Now do a video telling everybody to kiss your ass. I was like, nah, I ain't doing that, man. It is what it is. They're like, I can't believe this is happening. I'm like, yeah, I
That
told
was an
you
awesome
it was gonna
video.
happen. It's like, seriously, like, they was make a video, bro. It's happening. You said it was going to happen. I'm like, nah, man. It's just, All right. Okay. Never mind. All right.
I mean, honestly, so when I heard, I hear they've gone into the Capitol, whatever, I thought, oh shit, is this it for real?
Yeah.
And the first thing I thought, my very first question was, what weapon do they have? Guns? That was the first thing I was like, do they have weapons? No,
Yeah.
I'm like, shit,
Me
there ain't
too.
nothing going on. And then when I saw the video footage where
Man.
people are walking around, they're staying between the velvet ropes. Yeah, some people took stuff and knocked things out, whatever.
They was
But
climbing walls, Lucky. They were climbing walls.
I saw a bunch of stuff. We all did, but
Okay.
I didn't. What
Can't-
I saw was
I'm
there
not-
were some people in the crowd rabble rousing, trying to get people worked up.
Yeah.
A lot of people I saw that went in, the majority of people looked surprised then when the doors opened, and when they went in, they were like, "Oh, okay," and just
Yeah.
kind of wandered in.
I hear
Did
you.
you hear
now, that
about the
wasn't
people
everybody,
who released
but-
the people who got acquitted because they had video of the police telling them, "Come on in, just be peaceful." They got
Yeah.
acquitted. Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
on national news. The cops
Right.
were moving little
Yeah.
barricades. Come on
They
in.
didn't know what the
Okay.
hell to do. I mean,
Yeah.
legitimately speaking, like we do pay for it. So I mean, it's
Well.
nobody's ever seen. I've never seen anything like that in my lifetime. I
Yeah.
haven't.
No.
I was like, oh shit.
I'm with you. It was. You're right. We never seen nothing like that. And plus, it was sensationalized by the mainstream
Yeah.
media, though.
Bro, if I
Yes.
climb the wall of the Capitol building, if I try to kick the door in, or if I'm probably gonna be shot or escorted off the premises.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
You're right.
don't forget you had
Especially now.
during Obama's era, you had that guy jump the fence and he made it all the way into the White House before he was caught. Y'all remember that guy?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. What about the subway guy? What about let's pivot. Let's flank to the left. What about the subway guy, man? How perfect is that? The timing of
What do you mean? What's your take on him?
Right.
I, okay, so what was it, like 2 days before the incident? They were doing like they were talking about like ghost thing, ghost pew pews and pew pews that don't have serial numbers and all that stuff, and how they're cracking down to get rid of that.
Right.
And what, a day or two later, they have this guy who, bro, they showed a picture of his Glock where he tried to scratch. Come on, man.
Yeah, and ain't it weird that none of the CCTV cameras were functioning that day?
Yeah.
None of them. And there's only one video. It was 10 seconds from a dude on his phone, and everyone was telling him to turn his phone off. And no one died. No one the dude shot died. It was
Really?
Yeah. It was 13 people got shot. Nobody died.
Oh,
Good.
man. In a subway,
saw-
bro.
Yeah, that's what I
I
was like in a subway car. How does that?
Yeah. I saw
Yeah.
one picture of him in the jacket, and some people were saying, oh, well, he wore a yellow vest. Some people said green, but it was yellow and green, and the jacket wasn't a vest. And then he was carrying a suitcase, too, when
What?
they found him. Yeah, well, the picture shows a man, like they're describing in the jacket, and then his hand is carrying like a rollaway suitcase kind of thing. What I
Wow.
saw in that picture. I don't know if I saw that on YouTube or Facebook or one of these apps things.
Yeah, it was where the people who were running away saw a different color than the people who were just standing there.
Yeah,
But
because
it
it was
was-
like color blocked,
it
like
was
the top
both.
part of the jacket
Yeah.
was one color and the bottom part was another. And so
Ah.
depending on where they were, if they were standing or laying
Like
on the
green
ground,
and
they saw.
orange? Is that what it
Yeah,
was?
I think.
Yeah.
Did you post that, Hutch?
No, I
Someone
saw
did.
it. I can't remember where I saw it at either.
Somebody.
Somebody.
Yeah.
I think somebody did post it, and they were telling us about being aware of your situations, and
And I
maybe
know,
it was-
I think Angry posted the picture. I think that's where I
maybe it's
saw it.
Angry.
Situational,
Yeah.
I think so.
situational
Thank you,
awareness.
Angry.
We've been talking, I've been talking about that for years. I mean, I've done some safety meetings at the big job I used to have, in front of like 1,000 people or something. About situational awareness. You've got to. There is so much shit going on right now. I mean, somebody earlier in the chat had said that they've seen more here in the last couple of months of people actually like just getting stuff and walking out of the grocery store, man. I mean, people grabbing other people's shit and nobody, nobody's doing anything about it.
Yeah.
They're just letting it go, man. And the more emboldened they get, the more emboldened they get. You know what I'm saying? And everybody needs to really be paying attention. And if you,
Yeah.
well, I'm just going to say I would carry a pew pew regardless. I'll just put it that way.
Hey, I've been saying for months that it's going to start coming down to that, the booming situations in public places. I mean, it wasn't a big one, but it sets a precedent for anybody who else is like, hey, I could do that, but I could do it better. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people out there who got a lot of hate.
Yeah. And let me say this too, man. Let me say this too. So, when things like this go down, I think there was a shooting in a grocery store like a couple months ago, and it took a couple days before they said, is he black? Is he white? Is he Asian? Is he Latino? You remember that grocery store shooting? Was it like Oregon or something? It was somewhere.
I remember that.
Yeah.
And
He
they
was
didn't
like,
tell us.
was
They're
he
trying
like
to decide if he
Moroccan?
was-
Who turned out to be like Islamic? He was a Muslim. He was
Yeah.
like Moroccan or something. Yeah.
But it's like
He
a
was
couple
from
days
these-
afterwards.
of Middle Eastern
immediately,
descent,
like
yeah.
immediately, there's it's a white supremacist. He's shooting everybody with a ghost gun, AR-15, and it turns out none of that was true. Yeah,
Yeah,
And
he was
then-
like Lebanese or something, like he was somewhere in the Middle
Yeah.
East. Yeah.
Yeah. And so this time, like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, I heard about it and I'm like, I didn't think anything of it. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. And then when I saw the picture of the guy, I'm like, wait, he's black. Oh my. You know what I'm saying?
yes.
My take
Yeah,
is that
and-
shit happens all over the world all the time that is really ugly and inhumane, but we
Yeah.
are only going to get a huge spotlight on something that pushes an agenda. And what is the agenda after taking away the 1A with face diapers is the 2A. They're going in order.
Gotcha. I gotcha.
So I'm not. Maybe it did happen. Maybe it didn't. Crisis actors are abound, right? But
because he had supposedly he had all the racist rhetoric to go right along with it too.
Yeah. Why was this a
But-
focus when how many shootings probably happened? And there are 50 other states in the union, right? How many happened elsewhere? How many tragic stories? How many husbands strangled a wife to death or killed their whole family or jumped off a building or whatever? But we focus on this one. I'm not downplaying what happened there
Yeah.
at all. But they're going to spotlight it with some purpose in mind to direct your thoughts. Mockingbird.
Everything the
That
mainstream media shows
Mockingbird
is
don't sing.
propaganda. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's where I was going with this. So yeah, so the guy happened to be black, right? And then yesterday, MSM drinking my coffee, just trying to, that other shooting popped up. It was the shooting of a black guy. Looks like Michigan or something. I don't know where it
The one
happened.
that grabbed the taser.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. That was
Bro,
crazy.
it is all perfect timing. So now it's time to start pumping up that that the racial division. All it's you know what I'm saying? Like I pay attention to what I see. So it was like the subway incident, and then the other day it was like that one, and I'm just like, oh, here we go again.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Hey, I got a question for you. What do you think about Abbott sending busfuls of illegals to DC?
Oh, it's so
that was
funny.
some good
Love it.
shit.
What an epic troll for them to do, man. I mean, it's a drop in the bucket to the millions that they've already let in, but it's a start.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they took everyone's volunteers. Like, oh, they didn't force anybody. They went along and said, hey, you want to go to DC? And the people went, okay. So they got on the bus and went to DC. Texas didn't force. Texas did not force anybody to go anywhere. They said, "Hey, you want to go to DC?" And they went, "All right." So
Right.
And the leftists are like, "Oh God, they didn't want to go to DC though."
No,
I'm like,
they
well, they want to go to the hundreds of
asked.
other cities the federal government's been flying them to.
As soon as they got off the bus, there were Catholic churches already shipping them out to Miami, and I forgot where the other state was.
Right.
But
Yeah.
as soon as they
Are you
touched down,
serious?
boom.
Yes, I read an article that said that one of the volunteers, because they were telling them, here's a free bus ride and motherfucking sandwich and yeah, and so they got on the bus, man. That one dude, they interviewed him, he said he got on the bus because he knew it was going to be a free trip to Florida for him. That's what he said.
The priest even said, yeah, they got family coming to pick them up here. So it's like,
Yeah. But
you know what the saddest, let me cut in real quick. You know what the saddest thing about it is, man, that I don't hear nobody fucking saying is that you got these fucking elite motherfuckers in Texas, in the White House, in all these places, and they're using human beings to war with each other.
Mm-hmm.
They're using these fucking people who are desperate to fucking be here. But nobody gives a fuck about that. The only fucking thing they care about is the Republican Democrat bullshit and who makes laws and who's stepping on what fucking state and all this bullshit with these rich elite pieces of shit.
The
It's
human
minute,
collateral.
man. None of this shit matters. It's all media games to put in our fucking heads so we ain't paying attention to the shit that's going down on this fucking planet. Just saying.
Yeah,
that's what everything's about. Because you're right. It's the elites. They all have an agenda. They all have a plan to execute. Everything we see, like we see the news from Ukraine and Russia every day. We see the news about what's going on in Texas. We see the news about the shootings and everything. Everything is for their agenda. Everything's for them, and they're all against us. In the end, it all comes down to what are we doing to prepare for what they have in store for us. You know what I'm saying?
It's a long game for them, brother. It's a long game, man. And what they're doing is they're sitting there nibbling away at our rights, at our freedoms, at our mindsets against towards each other. I mean, because they're like you said, it's a white dude with a ghost gun. Oh no, wait, it's a black dude. Here, by the way, let us show you this one where this white dude shot this black guy. And it's like, well, okay, well, but the sumbitch grabbed his taser. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
you try to grab a weapon off of me.
Yep.
I'm going to assume you are trying to do bodily harm to me.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And
Right. And what if everybody on the subway train would have been armed because of their Second Amendment right? They would have had their sidearms on them, and they would have been ready for someone who had a gun and was throwing smoke bombs. There wouldn't have been no tragedy. They would have took his butt out.
Conveniently,
man.
that city, does not allow that.
Exactly. That's
Ah.
my point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they want to make it about, oh, if we took away all the guns, this dude had an illegal gun.
It was
That
New York.
doesn't
They
matter.
didn't have guns.
He was already in a city where you weren't allowed to have a gun. Don't
Yep.
tell me that we need to take more guns. What if everyone would have been armed and able to protect themselves? Let's look at it from that
100%.
angle.
Armed
Right.
society is a polite society.
Yep.
So it takes a good guy with a gun to stop a bad guy with a gun.
Yep.
Mhm.
Exactly.
What a hell of a story to use for a headline news to get everybody watching the TV and focused in on what they're telling you, because they get you focused in with these stories, and then they beat you up with all the shit they got to feed your brain to make you think this way and that way, so you ain't paying attention to what really fucking.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's wicked, man. It's wicked.
The news is as scripted as fucking Hollywood, and y'all know commies play the long game. We saw during Barry Obama's term that Biden was batshit fucking crazy. You think they didn't know he had dementia when they put him in that spot?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? He's there for a reason. They know what
The
the fuck
dude's
they're doing.
had brain surgery twice.
Oh, Obama even said, "Do not underestimate Joe's ability to fuck shit up."
Right.
He fucking said it. I mean, it's not a rumor, you know. I watched him fucking say it, and I'm
Hey,
just
we
like,
can clip that one up, PT. Yeah, you gotta clip that one up, bro. That one's needed. Oh man. Yeah, we're in trouble. We're in trouble.
And I think, you know, somebody was saying a minute ago in the chat about the weather and stuff, you know, and dude, I mean, we should have been planting about a week ago here, and man, it was 32 degrees a couple of mornings ago with a heavy ass frost, and then it was like 42 or 43 when I got up this morning, and man, it was cold as shit, you know. And now, you know, I was talking about, I really believe, well, my thought process is that the nanobots and stuff that they have, and they're putting them, you know, we already know they do cloud seeding. Are they not putting these nanobots in and like drawing, you know, because you can map out like drones and shit like that. You can map that shit out. You can put a map in there, and that son of a bitch will fly exactly where you keyed in that map.
Yeah.
And like, I've been noticing these tornadoes, like this tornado tonight, they were saying, well, you know, a tornado could happen, but you know, we're not expecting anything. This tornado right now going on is by the Weather Service, a tornado emergency, which is their highest level, you know, and it was just little pop-up showers and thunderstorms, and just all of a sudden you could just see it come in, man. And it's like this massive fucking storm right now, a tornado emergency, big ass tornado. He's been showing pictures of it on this live stream I'm looking at over here, the tornado, the weather one.
I would say there's been a couple of weeks where our AC and heat comes on every day. It's crazy. Like, I have to manually do it or it'll come on because it's crazy the way it works.
Do you think about that though? You know, because normally during the summer your electricity bill goes up because of the air conditioners and shit, and then during the winter, you know, if you've got gas like we do, natural gas, you know, your gas bill goes up and your electric bill goes down. Now, you know, they're making it where both of them are going up because you're using both. You know, it's not a. You see what I'm getting at? They're trying to break us, man. They're trying to. I mean, this freaking weather, man, that they're doing, dude. I still can't plant shit, man.
Yeah.
You know, we had winds so hard today, man. It was blowing shit all over the place, man. You can't put little seedlings and shit out like that, man.
Yeah, I lost some seedlings last week. I put them out, and then we had a weird frost just one night, and then the next day it was in the 80s, but my seedlings were gone. Pissed me off.
Yeah,
Whole tray of them gone.
Yeah.
that's what I'm getting at.
I left mine in front of the I have a door that has a lot of glass, like half of it's like glass, so the sun comes in. So I put my seedlings in front of that during the day, and when I was gone, I come home and it's all over the dining room, like
Oh wow.
everything. My dog jumped over, so we had a
Oh, my
package
God.
delivered. So she went
Yeah.
psychopath and jumped over the fence, went in there, jumped in front of the door because that's where he dropped everything off, and her
Was
part.
all in that. Was all in that. Yeah.
She knew as soon as I got home, she just went down. Like
She
I'm in
knew
trouble.
she had done something bad.
She's in
What
trouble.
y'all's thoughts on that weather thing? Because like the other day, we had all these extreme tornadoes, and they had up in Fargo, they were expecting 36 inches of snow.
That's
Jeez.
crazy. Yeah, I saw Metric Prepper showed the snow coming in and was talking about you could only see so far in front of you.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's nuts.
Wow.
And somebody was just saying about pushing the jet stream, them trying to push the jet stream down to the southern states to draw that heat and energy,
Mm.
And I mean, if you look at the jet stream, dude, it does that, man. It comes up, grabs that cold air, and it's just dipping way down south, man, and then going up the East Coast, and it's, dude, I don't know. I just think the weather is a big weapon they're using.
I agree.
It seems
Well, you don't
like
need
it.
any food. You don't need to be planting anything, right? I mean, the
Right.
government's got your back. Don't worry about it.
Right.
Oh, totally.
Right.
They're totally
Yeah.
gonna take care of us.
Yeah,
We're gonna go to a
absolutely.
FEMA camp, and we're gonna turn in our weapons.
Yeah,
and
all the
they're gonna be.
conscientious objectors will be there to help us out. So don't worry about it.
Mhm.
You're
Oh
good.
God, yeah, I can't wait. It's gonna be
You
great.
run your
It's
hog
gonna be like
jogger up there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
God.
I feel like I'm in South Carolina, and like in South Carolina, we have crazy weather anyway. Like in 1 week, we can have snow like all 4 seasons in a week.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean,
True.
spring is usually pretty, I wouldn't say volatile, but usually in the spring here, at least in central Texas, we get a lot of storms, a lot of weather like that, as we're transitioning and coming through spring and getting into summer. But yeah, it's been weird here too. It's been right now we're kind of rainy, dreary, muggy, but we were kind of fluctuating a lot between hot and cold. I mean, we were literally, have to have the AC on during the day because it'd be so muggy and hot, and then
Yeah.
it'd cool off. So, like 40 degrees at night, and I'd have to flip it back over to the heat.
Mm-hmm.
I hear you. Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a weird freeze in May last year in South Carolina. You remember
Wow.
that, Jen?
Yeah, my cucumbers. Yeah, a lot
Killed
of things
some of my
died.
coffee plants. Yeah, it was weird. What's up, Rick?
Well,
Rip.
Hey, what's up?
what's going on?
What's up,
Hey.
bro?
Come on, man. Yeah, thank God. I hope his shit cuts off.
Oh.
Was all that coffee shit.
Man, I love Rip Curl, man. I'm telling you.
I do too. Rip is good people.
Rip, man, tell us how to prep, man. We're trying to figure this out.
Oh hell, I don't know how to prep any. I'm just running around. I've actually gotten to the point right now where I'm running around right now making a list of all the people I want to take stuff from.
Martyr.
I can't say that I haven't thought of that.
Yeah, that's called planning more ahead, right?
There you
All
go.
I did was this weekend at that parade that I posted and stuff, I went to the Democratic booth and just grabbed the list of all of their voters. Now I know who to put on the list. I just follow them around, see who's got the good stuff, because they ain't gonna have guns. That's terrible. You guys know I wouldn't do that.
Never.
Well, I hope you wouldn't, and then put it on the internet with your face saying, "Guess what I'm going to do?
Right.
Here I
See,
am. Guess what?" So everyone
But
goes,
see,
"Watch out for this guy."
Oh, hey,
The thing,
everybody who's watching me knows that I'd end up shooting myself in the foot. So
they don't know Rip Curl. They don't know you like I do, obviously, because I'm telling you, Rip Curl, all that nice bullshit and stuff he's doing, that's a facade, man. I'm telling you, this dude is a wolf in sheep's clothing. I'm telling you. I'm just telling
that's
you.
right.
Hey, we talking about the wolf pack tonight, so
Yeah.
I tell you one
Wolfpack
thing I
alone.
do though, Rip, is I do look at people who I think in the initial fall, like the big die off in the first month, I think they're not going to make it. So what do they have that I can go and get when they're gone? I
Bro,
do that sometimes.
Rip always
Yeah.
says I'm gonna be the first one to go.
We know
I'm not
Native's got a
going to
list.
hurt them. I'm not going to hurt them, but
We know
Okay, I
Native's
think-
got a list.
I think
Native's got a
everybody's
list,
got a
y'all.
list.
He's got a list.
I think everybody's got a list. Nobody really wants to
What
say
you
it.
talking about?
Yeah, you're right.
I'll tell
I
you
think
straight up.
I
let's get
got
real truthful here. I think everybody's got a list of some sort.
Yes.
I got
You're
a
just not going to
fucking
say it
book.
out loud.
Yeah,
I
in
have
your
a- I have
mind.
a hit
Yeah,
list.
you've got
I
a
have
list
my
you're gonna be
pedo
like,
list.
well,
The pedos are going first. The pedos in my area, they're going first.
My neighbors.
Is if you want
I
a
ain't
list,
Did you
playing.
say the pedos?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Go online and there's
Yeah.
a website and it shows
I
you
already
how
got
close.
you.
There's so many sex
registry.
offenders right around all of us all the time.
Yep.
well, the
They're
registered
first.
ones have to have their address.
FamilyWatchdog.com.
Yeah.
They're first.
Yeah,
What's that? What's that, Hutch?
FamilyWatchdog.com.
Yep.
yeah.
There
I
it
did
is.
that before I bought our house to see how the miles from where we're at to where the closest one's at.
It's sickening how many there are.
Yeah, there's a
Mhm.
lot. Like there's a lot just in general. So I just expanded that out and just
Yeah.
putting in different counties, different address, things, and just seeing one time, just exploring. I was like, wow, there's
Yeah.
so
I mean,
many.
some
I
of
will
them
say
are
though,
like,
before you get pissed at the people, actually read the charges.
yeah, that's
You
what I
know
was about to say.
I
Hutch.
did.
Some
I
of them
did.
are there
Yeah.
I
because
did.
they were
That Romeo and
21 and
Juliet
their
shit,
wife
yeah.
was 17, and so they
Right.
got
Yes.
put on the list. Yeah, but some
Is
of
that
them
like
are
the
bad people.
third? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh,
actually
one
know
hell
dude-
somebody.
no.
He's
Huh?
on the list because he
Hell
took a leak. He was drunk and he took a leak at a playground while kids were playing.
Yep.
And they put him on the list.
Bro, I'm
Yeah.
surrounded.
Right.
What the hell?
Josh
Right.
went on it right now.
Yeah, man. No, legit. I just pulled it up. I'm surrounded.
It makes you look at your neighborhood differently, doesn't it?
It does, man.
Yeah, it does.
yeah,
Bro.
what, when you're talking about lists, a list that you can have that isn't something that was like I was joking earlier, but you really should have a list of essential services and things like that. Like you should know where all of your pharmacies are. You should know not only where your pharmacies are, but where their warehouses are and where their distribution centers are. You should know where the center is to Costco. Know where the distribution center is to Walmart, not just where your Walmarts and Costco's are, because these are going to all be places that have supplies and things like that if things go far enough. But that being said, what we need to really understand is that SHTF, when it initially goes down, there's going to be an initial panic, but it's pretty much look like tomorrow or yesterday, right?
Right.
It's going to take a little bit, depending on what happens, for things to progress. But the biggest danger we are going to have is the unprepared. So when I say a list, I don't mean necessarily
Gosh.
prey on.
I'm looking. Bro, they show a face of the person and everything. A picture.
Yeah.
I'm listening. Go ahead, Rip. I'm sorry, bro. I'm listening.
No, that's okay. I'm just saying, you're not necessarily a list of people we're going to prey on, but it's definitely you should be aware of just what you're going to deal with people that are unprepared, because that is going to be the number one first danger, is the people who aren't prepared, who do plan on preying on all of the people that have.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I tell you, one of the things that I know is some storage buildings around my area that, like, because I live out a distance, and so our town is, so like Frito-Lay, I know where their storage container is, at the storage facility thing. I know where I know where a bunch of them are. Little Debbie's. There's one that the Ideal Bread. Let's see. There's a couple more of them, man. And I mean, them are good things to know around your area, man. Because soon as shit pops off like that, man, that's a place to go and get stuff, And Man, I mean, come on, man. Little Debbie, man, you know, and shit hits the fan and it's all fucked up and everything. And you're over there like, man, I got a little Debbie, man. I'll trade for that over there. I'd be like,
That is a good trade item. All those sweets. Shoot.
mm-hmm.
Twinkies.
Debbie.
Earlier, since we're on the thing with food, I was talking to the ladies earlier, but like the Agassiz Farms. Well, I was just suggesting saying that you have to look on some of those, make sure you don't need like yeast and stuff like that.
True.
I just thought I'd throw that out there for anyone who didn't know. Maybe look on there, see if you need anything else to add with those.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Now, hey, I wanted to add something. Now, I've been giving Just Josh a little bit of a hard time occasionally.
Yeah, you have, bro. You have.
I have, but I've been respectful about it and polite. But the reality is that UBI and the digital dollar is something we should not accept whatsoever. It is the biggest danger there will be, besides an all-out losing the grid or something like that. I mean, right now, if you look into it, they are actually have Congress, or they have committees that are researching digital dollars and just how they work and what would be the best ways to regulate them. Well, with regulation will come eventually getting rid of them, because first they'll regulate them, making it hard to use them, and they'll do something probably along the lines of, if you want to use your crypto, once there's no more physical dollars, you'll have to switch it over to the government crypto, which will be the new digital dollar. And the reason for that is because they have to be in control of it in order to do what they want to do and carry things out in the reset the way they want to. See, when you have a way to physically hold your wealth in a dollar, even if it is pretend, because we all use credit cards and everything else, doesn't matter. I can still just take it all out and hold it and protect it if we have a disagreement between me and the people in charge. With a digital dollar, you won't be able to do that. That was the first start when China started their whole social credit score. And if we allow that and start talking like, well, hey, we better just get used to it because it's coming, man. We need to plan for it and get invested in it. No, because the first time we do that, they'll say, look, you don't need to travel. And to keep you from traveling, we can easily lock you down by making your dollar not work.
Yes. Hey, Rip, I got one for you, bro.
Okay.
Have you heard of the world coin?
Yeah.
With the retina scanning orb?
Yep.
With the proof of humanity.
Yeah, they've already started stuff like that in Europe right now. They have palm readers that read your that they currently use as a checkout stand. Instead of putting in your card or scanning your card, you put your palm on the same machine and it reads your veins, and it's a unique identifier. And people that are using it, they just do that and it charges their account.
Yeah. So for me, anything is transhumanism. Anything that attaches your assets, your financial status with your body. That's where they're going with this. So anything that does that, I'm really trying to keep an eye on. Seriously.
What's that movie in Time with Justin Timberlake and that chick with the big eyeballs, where they got your
Actually, I have seen that movie, Hutch. It's a great movie where they have a time stamp on their arm, and depending on what you do in society, you get more time. And if your time runs out, you just drop dead.
Well, I like the part where you're 25 years old for the rest of your life.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Right.
Nice.
I don't know. I might say 32 or so, man. I think I had my best years at about 32, 33 years old.
You've been 50 since you were 10.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Hey, try Liberty Seeker had a good question about canned goods before we end.
Yeah, I seen that.
All right, we got about 5 minutes left. Let me see if I can find it. Is it way back?
Not too far.
It was about expired cans or still edible, right?
Yeah, how far after expired can is it edible? And I was going to say the dent thing. You know, if it's dented, I wouldn't trust it very long. But
well, my
thing is that just with meat, or is that with meat?
Yeah, if you bring something to a boil, like the main thing with canned goods is botulism and stuff like that. You can eat spoiled, rotten food as long as you bring it to a boil. It all comes to your personal preference what you're going to do. You know what I mean? And it comes to rust and stuff too, because you got to worry about lead poison and all that stuff too. The best buy date is just the best buy date. It's not an expiration date.
That's just to help them move product more efficiently. That way they can regulate how much they put out at a certain time. That's
Like
all.
if you open a can of food and smell it, you'll know. Your body will tell you what to do. But if you open a can of food and it's iffy, boil it and then make a taste test.
You know what? Feed a spoonful to a stray cat and see if they
go.
live.
Oh, your
Good
least
one,
favorite
Virginia.
dog.
Yeah.
That's messed up, but I'm saying.
Virginia Roots is a tad bit of a psycho, if you ask me.
Like I just got real quiet. And everyone
I'll try it.
Yeah.
I will say, as far as
some
expired
hidden
food,
demons.
right? As far as expired food, like here in the Ozarks and up in Kansas City and shit, it's a big market to sell like the candy bars, little protein bars, the Chico sticks, little Debbie cakes, individually wrapped that are like 6 months expired. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a big thing around here. So if that makes any difference to anybody, I know my old man used to do it, and he sold shit that was over a year old. You know what I mean?
Right.
It tastes a little different, but it's still, you know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna kill you.
Still edible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They do that here too.
And I watched a documentary a few months ago where they found this mammoth that had been in permafrost since like the Ice Age, like thousands of years ago. And they took and cut a steak off of it and cooked it and ate it. And it was good to eat. Like it didn't taste good, but it was okay to eat. And I mean, that was crazy to me. I watched them do it. It was 1,000 years old.
Wait, are you?
I'm serious, man.
No,
if I had a
you
link,
can't
I would
be.
drop it. I'll find a link, Josh. I ain't playing.
Would they find it in like an iceberg or something?
It was up north. It was in permafrost. It had been there since whatever caveman killed the mammoth and stored his meat in there.
Damn.
It had been in permafrost since then. It was crazy. I was like, oh my God, that's amazing that you could, they said it had a faint rotten taste. But none of them got sick. It was okay.
Would you eat it?
Probably not. Probably not. Unless I was starving.
I do it just to say I did it. How many times can you say, yeah, I've ate mammoth before?
Has anyone ever tried to put a black light up to the shit before it hits the sheets? Just take a black light to it. You'll find everything you need to know.
Oh, you're talking about hotel rooms?
Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Are we having two different conversations? What are we talking
about?
Yeah,
a little bit.
Well, you mentioned
so.
meat, so.
I was about to say, whoa, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
I'm gonna step away from that conversation.
Really slide 1 foot next to the next.
Hey, what do you guys?
I'm gonna go get a black light now and just do it because Virginia says to try it.
Yeah.
Right.
Me too.
It'll
Well,
creep
she
you
said
out.
before it hits the sheets.
Hey, Native, Michigan Outpost wants to know if you're hoeing live next. Are you?
I'm not.
Are you gonna be hoeing next? No, he's
I'm
not gonna be
not.
hoeing next. Sorry.
Outpost, man.
Sorry about that.
Outpost. I got your email. I'll find the link, man.
Just
I'm
real quick.
I know you was hoeing.
For all y'all on the panel that
All right.
can I get this in real quick?
I'm sorry.
For everybody on the panel that is, scared to death of the backstage, I know y'all dip as soon as I end the show, so I just wanted to say thank you for being on and hanging out with us tonight. And anybody who stays in the backstage, I'll thank y'all later. But everybody in the chat, appreciate y'all being here tonight. All the mods, appreciate you, Nisi. Super chats, all that good shit. Appreciate y'all, man. Had a great time tonight.
Yeah.
We're gonna see y'all soon, but I'm gonna dip out in about 30 seconds. I'm gonna hit the little intro joint and we're gonna bounce out. So about 30 seconds, y'all. 30 seconds.
That was beautiful, brother. The way you did that was beautiful.
Well
You
done.
just slid it in there.
I know, right? I felt like he grabbed me by the face, like, staring me in the
Listen.
eyes when he said that.
Right.
Don't be scared.
Like